Well, the coolant leak's fixed, kind of. The trailer lights are fixed, but there's another trailer light issue. Rusty and more on this episode of
The Clutch Trucker Channel.
Clutch Trucker, filmed before a live and fuzzy studio audience. That's Rusty, the world-famous meatball dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker Channel. All right, here it is, Saturday. It's S-A-T-U-R-D-A-Y, night. Bay City Rollers. Saturday night, the 3rd of February. Parked here at the Speedy Mart in Greenwood, Nebraska. About halfway between Lincoln and Omaha. I was going to maybe try to go to York, but I stopped here because it's just raining and pouring over that way. It had been raining over here earlier. But I just didn't want to have to deal with taking Rusty out in the rain tonight. What do you think? Okay, if you watched my last video, yeah, I had that coolant leak, and while I was in Orange Junction, I was able to finally wrestle the hose enough up against the reservoir, move the clamp so that it stopped leaking. I had called the Freightliner in Rapid City and said, look, I might need one of the reservoirs. I definitely need the hose and new clamps. So I picked up the hose and clamps because now the leak had stopped. You know, and I had suspected maybe a small crack or something in that little nipple coming off the bottom of the coolant reservoir. But, you know, when I moved the clamp on the hose, I assumed, okay, maybe it's an older hose, it's an older clamp, just a pressure clamp. I'll throw the video up here too. And, you know, those tend to not, you know, work too long over a long period of time. They loosen up and stuff. So I thought once I moved it and moved the clamp and the leak stopped, that maybe that was all it was. Well, after I delivered the lignite on Wednesday, I guess that would have been, in Rothschild, Wisconsin, went straight over to North American Trailer in Chippewa Falls. They're the ones that did the doors on the back of the trailer. I also, of course, had the trailer light issue. So I had to go there for that. And while I was there, I'm like, okay, look, I have the new hose and the new clamps. Can you just put that on? Because, yeah, I could try to do it in a truck stop, but I'd have coolant all over the ground, and they tend to frown on that. So at least there in the shop, they can recover the coolant, yada, yada, yada. Put that on, put the new hose on, and it started leaking a little bit again. I'm like, really? Really? And he said, you know what, there might be some little kind of hairline crack there in that nipple on the reservoir. And I said, well, that's what I thought. But when I moved the hose and the clamp, I thought, okay, maybe it's just a bad hose and bad clamp. This is a new hose, new clamp. So I think I probably still have a crack on that nipple of the cooler reservoir. So I'm going to have to go ahead and get that again. And then I'm going to have to pay a shop to put that in for me, or else take a day off to do it myself and get a bucket and all that kind of stuff to save the coolant. So one of those is going to have to happen. Luckily, the coolant reservoir for that is only about $155. Elliot just replaced one on his truck, and it was a lot more. It's a Peterbilt. This is the older style Freightliners with the older style coolant reservoir. So I'm probably still going to have to get that. So yeah, kind of fixed, kind of not. Okay, now onto the trailer light thing. Yeah, it took him a while to figure it out. I suggested maybe, you know, inside the trailer dry van, up at the nose, as we call it, the very front, there is just a big wood board, and at the very bottom, the wood's been, you know, kind of deteriorated from forklift drivers smashing into it all the time. And I thought, well, maybe that cable got pinched. So he started there. Didn't find any problem. Then he, you know, pulled on the front side of the trailer where it connects to the truck with a cable, pulled the housing off of that, checked the cable there, and double-checked some things. They do have a neat little thing they can plug in. I know DIY Semi, you've got one of these, and you showed, I need to buy one, that it plugs into your cable, so you can instantly tell whether all the stuff from your truck is working like it should, to tell you if you have a bad cable. Those are a great little gadget. And DIY Semi, I know you showed that in one of your videos, and I got to get one of those. So, Adam, I can't remember where you got it, but I'll try to get one of those. Anyway, so that told us the truck's not the problem, the cable's not the problem. But he was kept looking. So then he's now all underneath the trailer and trying to find where the problem is. And we still don't have the trailer lights. Finally, he takes the big lift thing around the back, gets up on top, and sure enough, that's where the problem was. One of those little top marker lights. There's 3 at the top, in the middle, in that metal frame. Well, the wire leading to one of them had either got pinched or just deteriorated over time. And so then the inside of the wire hit the metal frame, bang, now you got a short. It shorts out the whole system. That's what killed my lower trailer lights on the trailer. So he replaced that, and then went back and then buttoned up everything he had looked at and got that all fixed. Great. So I thought, oh, fantastic, that's all done. They didn't charge me a lot for that repair. I mean, other shops would have charged so much more. So I still definitely recommend North American Trailer in Chippewa Falls. They have other locations, Inver Grove Heights, Clearwater, Minnesota. They've got others, okay? But then when I get to the shipper today, the Northfield, Minnesota, to post, and I open up the doors, and I'm going in there to sweep out the trailer, as I always do, right before I pick up the cereal, because they're real picky. My interior lights are now off. They were on before, when I had the other problem. So somewhere in his whole diagnosing the other problem, he must have disconnected the wire that led to my interior lights. So now I'm going to have to go back. Like I say, they did a good job with that. They got me legal and all that. But, you know, I'm going to make them eat this one, because I'm sorry, those lights were working when I showed up, and now they're not. So they're going to have to fix that, and they're going to have to eat that. What do you think? I think he might have thought that was just something else and not leading to those lights. So I'll give Matt a break on that. I think that was his name, Matt. He really did a good job diagnosing that, and, you know, you have to check the whole trailer to find out where the hell the problem is. And they did it, and they did it for not a lot of money. So I'll give him credit for there, but you did kill something that worked, so I'm going to make you eat that. So that means now I have to go back to them, try to schedule time again to make that happen. And I'll probably just go ahead and have them replace that reservoir, because, yeah, we still think, I really think there is a leak on that thing. And so I'll just pick that up, because I have an account with Floyd's Freightliner. I don't trust the Floyd's Freightliner in Cheyenne. I don't go to them for service. I've gone to the others. The one in Gillette I can highly recommend. The one in Rapid City, they just replaced a seat for me. But I do have an account with them, which means I get a discount on the parts. So I'm going to get that from them. Also, Matt also did fix an air leak issue I had right under the hood, where all the lines meet up together and go into that manifold. I'd had Grabers in Cheyenne fix one of those a little while ago, but there was still another one apparently. But it took him a little while to figure that out, and he did fix that for me. And I know I still have one more air leak in the back, which is on the leveling valve, which feeds the airbags on the drive axles. That was leaking before, and of course, once he fixed the one up front, now the one in back's leaking worse, because now the pressure's all good up front, so that's something else I gotta buy. But again, I think I'll bring it to North American Trailer there in Chippewa Falls, because they can swap that out for me. And again, they're very fair on their prices and on their hourly, time, wage, or whatever you want to call that. Fee. What's the word I'm looking for? Rate. Thank you. Stop typing. I figured it out. All right. So it's just one of those things. Life as a truck driver, as an owner-operator. Some things fixed, some things not. And then it shows up a new problem. And now I got to go back and forth and love being on that consumer treadmill, boy. All right, so I thought I'd just do a quick update here. Delivering in Walmart tomorrow afternoon, Sunday afternoon, 5:30. It snowed a lot in Cheyenne today. I'm hoping that it'll be out of my way when I get there tomorrow afternoon. It's raining all in a lot of Nebraska tonight, and that's why I stopped a little short. Probably going to have to be dealing with that tomorrow, too. But hopefully we can still make the delivery. I pick up the lignite again on Monday in Glen Rock, Wyoming, going back to Wisconsin one more time, so then I can maybe go back through Chippewa Falls and get these other things done. There's always something. Well, thanks for tuning in for that one. Just a quick update. Yeah, a little annoying. You get one thing fixed, something else is bad. And it happened twice. Yes, the problems of being a truck driver never end, or at least an owner-operator, that's for sure. Right, Rusty? Well, you're too mellow tonight. Oh, I know. I already gave him one begging strip, so he's kind of in chill mode. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. Please like and comment. Get your comments as soon as I can. Sometimes takes a few days because I'm a working truck driver. Clutch Trucker on Instagram. Clutch Trucker on Twitter, X. Didn't always put Rusty stuff there. Clutch Trucker 5 on TikTok, and as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty out. So what? Do you think I'm out of line here? Yes, well, you're maybe a tad out of line, just a little bit, with the blood and in the guts. Well, it's a little bit late to get this kind of feedback. Grace, who was that guy? Elliot, Loudermilk. Call security. Have him escorted out of the building. He's fired? Yeah. Elliot Loudermilk, code 9. Where you going? There's something you want? Alright, you're all ready for it, aren't you? You're all ready for it. You know it's coming. What is it? Is it a bacon strip? Is that it? Is it a bacon strip? Okay, you ready? Oh, yes, you're all over it, baby. All over it! Because it is a bacon strip, and that's crack cocaine for a doggy. Loving it, loving it. Happy dog! Happy dog! I see a crumb right there. Get it, right there. You see it? Oh, you got it. Okay, good.